particular video, you're going to see me vent a little bit, talk a little bit more, be a bit more lucid, because it just needs to be said. I got to speak my mind. Hey everyone, this is GilsarVergara back again with another video. Thank you for watching, and please consider subscribing and liking the channel. This is Doing Life, and we talk about making extra income, your full-time income, entrepreneurial things, as well as automotive things, and staying healthy as well. But today I wanted to just focus on answering questions for you guys, because sometimes I don't get time to answer all of the questions you guys post on the channel, and hopefully this video will give you some type of value. So this one comes from Jerry Hodges, where he asks, I'm starting my own medical courier business soon here in Massachusetts, and right now I have a 2011 Kia Sorento, but I was planning on getting a Ram ProMaster City. Do you think it's worth getting a ProMaster, or just stick with the Sorento? Great question. It's really up to you. If you do medical courier work, from my experience, a lot of it is literally like specimens, and if you do LifeNet, which are like bigger boxes, maybe, but obviously you have to see where enough traction and enough traffic is coming to you. The Kia Sorento, I believe that's like a minivan. I believe it's a good fit. I mean, you can put a decent amount of things in there, because it can go both ways. You can either have coolers if you do like runs, or it can be specimens where you just need a small little cooler. So me personally, I would hold off in getting the Ram City unless you're doing like big jobs, but get your feet wet first and see what the job or the work entails, so you can save some money, I guess. That's what I would do. Great question though. And I just want to take this time to highlight this video right here. It says the video was what did I get myself into? Understand, in the beginning of that video, that was like a bait clicky video in the beginning. So I had some comments like, you decided to work everyone's schedule, doesn't have to be so hectic. I love my business. That's perfect. That's fine. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you got to work a lot of hours. There's nothing wrong with that, or nothing good with that. It's just what you have to do, what you want to do. I don't think a lot of people, when they look at certain videos, they just look at the face value of it rather than looking into it. That's my 2 cents on that. There's so many videos out there that you can be like, oh, what the F is he talking, or he or she's talking about, and then it's totally different. That's what the intention of this video was, just to clarify on a few things on there. And on the same video, a lot of people had good feedback on it as well. Like, understand that certain industries, it's not all peaches and what do you call it? It's not all flowers and roses. There's always going to be pros and cons to any business, anything you do, any industry you do. It's where your point of view is. Like, what your point of view is, where you want to really put all your mental thoughts on. The negative parts of it or the positive parts of it. Now, it's okay to acknowledge the negative parts of it, but seeing that, trying to win over it and trying to push through it is probably, that's what I've been doing for a good majority of my life. And this is from this video right here. Being a Philippine and American, this particular video, I'll put a link up here somewhere. So it's Wise Moma. In your perspective, having studied in New York City and Philippines, what do you think is better? We are planning to bring our children, grade 7 and SK next year's school, back to the Philippines and let them experience firsthand how it is their culture, education, and lifestyle wise. We want them to have the sense of comparison since they are both born in Toronto, Canada. We also want them to build a basic foundation and values based on actual experience, as well as build memories with their Lola and Lolo while they are still around. Hope you can share your thoughts on this. Thank you for that question. I really appreciate it. Living in the Philippines, it's stark contrast for many reasons. If you are living in a city and you are somewhat in a better affluent position, or like you're in the upper position, there's going to be really no difference of how lifestyle is. There's going to be a difference of how certain infrastructure is not there compared to it is here. In the same token, living in the Philippines gives you a really good perspective on what you need to be grateful for, or what you should be grateful for, and like cutting away the fluff or the fat, the trim, cutting away the unnecessary stupidness that sometimes is the mindset here in America, where it's entitlement, things like that. There's certain people in the Philippines who can barely eat. There's certain people in the Philippines who dream of getting a phone that you might have, getting sneakers that you might have. And it's realizing that, for me, especially living there and living here, it's realizing that that, like, just be grateful that you were maybe born into a particular situation and not being ashamed of it. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, not throwing it in people's faces. Like, being grateful is just, it's a overall across the board, across the spectrum, is a great thing to, you know, to have that feeling. School wise, Philippines is a bit behind. Obviously, then again, America is a bit behind. America's not number one for, you know, schooling and things like that. But because in a westernized culture, to a degree, you do get certain advances, and you're privy to see all the advances before they reach the third world countries. So yes, it is advanced in that sense. However, I do find that schools in the Philippines, everything's analog. It's not digital. So you do find kids who are a bit just more analytical for certain things. Because they have to try hard to get what they want, it's almost ingrained to them, like, you got to push forward, you got to push through. That's why, unfortunately, throughout the world, you know, immigrants play a big role. Immigrants, not just including Philippines and everything else, immigrants play a big role in the success of many countries. You know, whether you like that statement or not, I don't know what to tell you. Understand that immigrants play a big role, because some of them do jobs that most citizens of that country won't do, or they feel that it's beneath them, maybe. And immigrants will probably work for lesser than the said citizen for the same exact job. So there's a lot of things going on there, right? Because of certain hardships in that particular country, you know, in this case, Philippines, when you reach countries like this, it's like, damn, these people, now this is me talking as an immigrant, like, damn, these people got it good here, and they're not even taking the advantage. They're not taking advantage of the potential gains, because at the end of the day, I understand the value of a dollar probably more than the average American, because I'm coming from an impoverished country. So differences in school, for me, when I went to college, everything's pretty much the same. It's probably just a bit more analog there. But concerning culture, I always, I even encourage my family here to bring the kids to the Philippines for them to experience and see the stark contrast of wealth and poverty, right? Of what you have in your hand, in your life, and looking at someone else's life who probably doesn't have a tenth of what you have, but still smiling, still moving on, still optimistic. That's something that I would like my nephews and nieces to see and to experience, because I want them to understand that their grandparents, their parents really bust their butt to give them the life that they have. But you won't experience the being grateful unless you see the contrast. Great question, Wise Mama. And in this video right here, guy, who me says Dodge, why? Toyota RAV4. I don't know what to tell you. Toyotas are very nice and everything. I couldn't find one at that particular moment. I saw some benefits of having the Dodge Journey. That's what I chose. At the end of the day, take care of your car, keep up with with everything, things like that. Don't beat on it, and understand, as a medical courier, you are doing majority, in my case, a lot of highway work. The engine's not under pressure consistently, stop and go. I don't really like it when people say only buy this brand or only buy this brand. Yes, certain brands have been proven to have these bulletproof engines, but a car's a car. Things go down, things are mechanical, things are electronic, things go down. You just try your best to maintain and things like that. Now, totally agree, there are cars that are super, like just lemons. But to a great extent, cars in general, to a degree, are very dependable, right? Many of them are. And a lot of it is user error. Are you taking care of it properly, right? If you have a RAV4, Mr. Humi, go ahead. Congrats. This is this video right here. Those long trips from Truth Hurts, those long trips may not be worth it because you only get paid going out not on the way back. So when you do the math, you get paid a lot less. So this is a common myth, or not myth. This is a common issue that most people who get into this business have. How do you know every single job you don't get paid deadhead, right? How do you know? Certain jobs do pay deadhead. And at the end of the day, being an independent courier is pretty much stepping into the zone of being an entrepreneur. You're an entrepreneur. What businessman goes into the business that for sure you're going to make money? Like, for sure. Business goes both ways, 50-50. You take the shot, you make it happen, money comes in, you reinvest. That's usually the cycle of things, right? Because there's no business that is that secure that won't fail. Businesses go up and down. There's ebbs and flows of every single business. Considering the traveling and this and that, everyone knows in the courier business, or what I've learned, you try to bundle it up. Anything going up there, you ask your dispatcher, do you have anything else going up there? And when you get there, if it's a metro area, you start asking around or have a connect over there for something going down. It's a risk you take. This is part of the risk of running your own business or getting into that flow of being an entrepreneur, right? If you wanted security, then you get a W-2 job. It's plain and simple. There's really no other way around that. You get a W-2 job if you want security. And with that said, that is it for me for the question and answer portion. If you want to send me any more questions, I am going to do a small little promo here on my next video for answering questions and things like that, because I want to see how videos like this work out. It's a bit more personal. I can talk to everybody to this degree. I'm going to be giving 5 free t-shirts away, similar to this, to the top 5 questions I choose to answer that are thought-provoking and or just bringing value to you guys. So send your questions on this video. I will answer the top 5 ones that I like. Next video, comment down below with your questions. The 5 questions that I'm going to answer is I'm going to give those people a free t-shirt. So similar to this, maybe not this is a hoodie, but similar to this. So thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. If you don't mind, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I'll see you soon. So I look forward to those 5 questions and sending those t-shirts out to those subscribers. Take care. Bye-bye.